Happy Monday. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. Welcome to my channel, Georgia Girl, Everywoman Wellness, and I am your host. Today is another day the Lord has made. Let us be glad in it. Today I'll be sharing word of the day, and the word of the day is forgiveness. Forgiveness. That is the word of the day. I hope if you're coming in my chat, you be respectful to me and anyone that be in my chat. And if you want your link dropped, you'll have to drop your link if you are a moderator. The moderators will have to drop your link. Hello, Terry. Hello, Six Bowls. How y'all doing? Hey, pre-retirement. Happy Monday. Happy new week. Hope everybody's feeling great. I feel like I got some energy today. I had a good weekend. I rest well. My body is getting adjusted to my new medication. I'm having more energy now. The pain's still there, but God is so good. I have to keep going. Hey, servant, good to see you. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Happy new week. Um, hey, Six Bowls, good to see you. I saw you yesterday with that pretty sunflower dress on, girl. You was looking good. I've been drinking water, y'all. Y'all might see me get up for a minute because water is good. It helps flushes out toxin. It helps do a lot to your body. Um, Today I'll be sharing word of the day, and the word of the day is forgiveness. Um, how do y'all feel about forgiving people, or what do y'all think about forgiveness? I will tell y'all what forgiveness mean, and I will tell y'all what God say about forgiveness. How do y'all feel about forgiveness? It can be something, you know, when you forgive, it doesn't mean that you're weak. It doesn't mean that you're pressured to do those things. Forgiveness mean a lot. Sometimes if you forgive, that'll give you peace. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean you got to deal with the situation. Just forgive and move on. You know, that's just part of giving you peace, giving your peace of mind. Um, I would like to tell everybody the summer giveaway will be July the 31st. This week is the last week to enter. You got to watch the playlist. Once you get the watch the 10 videos, on the 10th video, write done. I does have the playlist in the description. So if you watch all the videos till you get the 10th video, hit done, and I will put your name in the drawing. I will have this drawing on the 31st. I have already got the names of the ones that I already been gonna participate. So if you want to participate in the summer giveaway, just watch the playlist and write done on the 10th video. Because I'll be asking what's the 10 videos, you know. So in order to know the 10 videos, you have to be watching the playlist. So I want to shout out everybody that has been supporting me on this YouTube journey. Thank y'all for your support. Thank you for the likes, the share, just staying connected with me through this process of trying to rebuild. I have met some amazing people on this journey, and I enjoy watching your content. There might be times where I'm not able to be there when you first start, or when you're doing some of your videos or live. But just know I do go back and watch. I do support as much as I can. Um, my channel is basically about wellness, awareness. I am a vlogger. I share different things from uplifting and motivation. I'm talking about my family. I love try to help others. I'm all about uplifting others. Y'all know the girl Nope that I've been helping. I haven't heard from her in a couple of days, so I'm assuming she's well. Anytime I can be in contact with someone that reaches out to me, I'll do what I can to help them. So I'm going to get into my commentary. The word of the day is forgiveness. Forgiveness. And that is a powerful word, forgiveness. Forgiveness is a powerful word. It's not just asking forgiveness for anybody. You could be want forgiveness for yourself. I would tell you what forgiveness means. Over here, you get a little everything on my channel. You get inspiration. You get awareness. You get some meal preps. Uh, I like to entertain. You might see a movie review every now and then. Shout out to the ones that was watching, was with me last night. I think we did, the show turned out pretty good. So today I just want to talk about forgiveness. It's just commentary. It's just commentary. I'm a vlogger, so I share life issues. I share things about my real life. I try to bring things to my platform to help others, not to tear no one down. So we're going to get into my commentary. If you're coming in the chat, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Okay, we're talking about forgiveness. Forgiveness. Hey Joshua, how are you doing? Today, word of the day is forgiveness. Forgiveness, letting go of grudges. Learn how to forgiveness improve your health and well-being, and how to overcome the barriers of forgiving someone who hurt you. So we're going to talk about this today, forgiveness. Okay? When someone you care about hurts you, you can hold on to anger and resentment, or embrace forgiveness and move forward. This is what we're talking about, forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you are weak. It doesn't mean that you're you're only trying to forgive and move on. That's something that you want to do. Hey Frank, how you doing? Good to see you. We're talking about forgiveness today. How many of y'all are like to forgive? Like they always say, you can forgive, but you never forget. For your own well-being, how do y'all feel about forgiving people? Just forgive and move on. See, that'll be something for you. That'll help you mentally. So I'm just reading about who hasn't been hurt by the action or words of another. Perhaps a parent constantly criticized you growing up, a college sabotaged a product, or your partner had an affair, or maybe you had a dramatic experience such as being physically or emotionally. Hey, living best life at 60. We're talking about forgiveness. And I was asking a question in the chat. How do y'all feel about forgiveness? Do y'all believe in forgiving people, or I guess it all depends on what the situation is, but forgiveness is for your health too. It ain't like you being weak. You just want to let go of things. Because people can hold grudges for years and years. And that's not good. It's not good to keep things in. Whether you tell that person you forgive them, but you can just say, I forgive people. You can just say it to yourself, or you can just say it in your prayers or whatever. Just just let it just say it for you could have a peace of mind, but you could have that off your heart. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're talking about today. Y'all can connect with each other. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I do word of the day. I just share my perspective on things. It's not uh, throwing shade. It's not anything in that order. I'm just doing commentary. So Six Bowls said, some people do things that are unforgivable, but for those that you can forgive, I would no longer affiliate myself with again. And I understand. And that's what I'm talking about today, Six Bowl. You can forgive and you can still move on. And once you forgive, that's it. You don't have to keep dealing, or you don't have to keep going on with the same stuff. That's giving you peace. That's giving you peace to move forward. So I'm gonna finish reading this. This right here comes from Mayo Clinic. This is just an article. I'm gonna talk about this right here. This is some of the things I want to talk about today. You could have dramatic experience such as being physically or emotionally abused by someone close to you. Wounds can lead lasting feelings and resentment, bitterness, and anger, sometimes even hatred. But if you hold on to that pain, you might be the one who pays mostly dearly. By embracing forgiveness, you also can embrace peace and hope. Consider how forgiveness can lead you down the path of physical, emotional, spiritual well-being. And that's what I want to speak on right here about holding things in. I have already told y'all when I was 8 years old, I was abused, I was raped by my cousin. I often wondered as an adult, what would I say if I were to see him? At 8 years old, I didn't understand why did he mess with me. It was a lot of grown women in the house. You know, he was around a lot of grown women, but he chose to rape me. And as a hey, Grandma Lynn, all right. And as a child, 8 years old, you confused. You don't understand why people do the things they do. You know, getting back to the note, she's been verbal abused. But I hope she's watching this right here, because sometimes you have to let go of grudges and bitterness for your own well-being. Like I said, this happened to me as an early age. It's my innocence was taken from me, and as a child, no, I didn't understand about what forgiveness or what why did he do what he did to me, you know? But I knew I felt a certain way about my cousin. I felt a certain way about my cousin because he did that to me. Yes, it was a grudge. It was a feeling. It was, it made me feel like if you ever been abused or raped, you feel like you will be judged all the time. You feel like you'll be getting stares. You'll be wondering, in my mind, at 8 years old, I'm 55 years old, this will always be with me. But I have learned to let go. I don't hate my cousin, but at the time I often wondered, what would I do if I saw him? I didn't see him no more as a child. He went to prison. I'm not sure how long he went to prison, but he did go to prison. But that was something that was within my soul. That was something within me at a young age. When I remember telling my mom about what my cousin did to me. And that's why I'm always over here talking about talk to your children, find out what's going on. See who they're following on social media. Just just take time out the day and just see what's going on. Finding out who's at who have touched them in the wrong way or have did anything to try to make them do things that they don't want to do. Like I said, when I got abused, I spent the night with my aunt. And I done shared this so many times. And I have got stronger because I was 8 years old, but I can just clear it I can see it. I can talk about it now because I have got stronger over the years. And I guess that's why I'm so protective and the way I am about my grandkids. And I'll be visiting them this week. I'll be going and stay a couple of days with them. And I guess that's why I was the way I was about the young girl note, because I was a young girl. You know what I'm saying? And I know how it feel to feel like people are judging you. People are looking at you in a way to make you feel like you did something wrong. You see what I'm saying? After I got where I can tell, the first person I told, I did tell my aunt, but my aunt didn't believe me. Because I spent the night over her house. She didn't even believe that her stepson would do something like that. And I'm trying to tell her, he came in my room. So after I got to my mom back home, I told my mom what my cousin had did to me. So my mom took me to the hospital. And when you go to the hospital, right? They'll know if somebody done mess with you in that way, because they can take samples. And that's what they did. They checked me out. And at 8 years old, y'all know at 8 years old, you know how a little girl body is at 8 years old. I didn't have no breasts. I didn't have none of that. I was just an 8-year-old child. And this sick individual, my cousin, I call him sick. Because if anybody can mess with a child in that way, it's very sick. 8 years old. And my mom took me to the hospital. I can remember going to the hospital. They took my underwears. They took everything. They examined everything. So it came back and they showed where my cousin had abused me. He raped me. They got the samples and everything where, he took advantage of me. So we had to end up going to court. Hey, Bud Files, good to see you. I missed your live, but I did share it. Y'all make sure y'all check out Blood Files. They did a live earlier today. Let's make sure we connect and support everybody. I know Six Bowls did a live also. Today I'm talking about forgiveness. Is it hard to forgive people? And what we're talking about, letting go grudges and bitterness, because if you hold those things in, it gonna harm your health. I talk about wellness over here, so today we're talking about forgiveness, and this is for educational purposes only. Frank, because I was asking the chat, how do they feel about forgiving? And Six Bowls told me what she said, so I'm reading what Frank said. I have forgiven my father even though he didn't want to be in my life. Wow. He's about loving me, but shown no action even before he died. I still wanted to get answer. Wow, Frank. So you was not able to. Okay. You said you forgive your dad, right? But you still wanted to find out why did he treat you the way he did. And I'm sure, as an adult, you probably sit back and think about your childhood, and I'm just gonna say I hope that y'all was able to um, amend whatever was going on, you know, before he died. I pray that y'all was able to, but even though if you didn't, Frank, just by you forgiving him, you have did your part. You know what I'm saying? You have did your part, and that's what we're talking about today. We can hold on to grudges and we can be bitter, but is that good for us? Is that good for us? Like, getting back to what I was saying about my cousin raping me, I was bitter. I was angry. I was traumatized. At 8 years old, how can you feel a certain way? I can remember going back to school after all that happened. And when you living in a small town, everybody just about know what's going on with you, and they didn't heard about it. I just felt like I was the talk of the school. I felt like every time I would be in the class, people would look at me, they would stare at me, they were like, they didn't never say nothing to hurt me. It just, but they was looking at me like they knew what was going on. Cause we had to go to court. Even though I'm 55 now, I'm not emotional, but I talk about this because this is for my healing. I still have to heal from this. I'm still healing, even though it happened when I was 8 years old. You see what I'm saying? Um, I remember going to court. I remember talking to the judge. I remember I had to describe what he did to me. I told him he put a pillow, which he did. I'm screaming and telling him to leave me alone. Don't mess with me. Stop. He put a pillow on my head. And I had to tell the judge he put a pillow on my head because he was trying to keep me from screaming. And my aunt, and I hate to say it, y'all, I love my aunt. But I felt like my aunt probably heard me, but she just didn't want to get out of her bed. I felt like that for years. And I had to forgive. I said my aunt knew it. I felt like my aunt knew something was going on because their room wasn't too far from mine. But she didn't want to believe that he did something like that. And one of my cousins was sleeping with, well, she supposed to have stayed in the bed with me and my cousin. We was in the bed together, but it was thundering and lightning. And my cousin got out of bed. She was like, I'm like 3 years older than her. She was scared, so she went in and got in the bed with my aunt now because she was scared of the thunder and lightning. And he knew I was in the room by myself. You see what I'm saying? When people are out to, in other words, when they prey on you, they watches you. They watches you. They know what you're doing. Because I can remember just having our little family gathering, and he used to stare at me. I'm like, I'm 8 years old. I'm just thinking he's just looking at me because we're family. And, sometimes you can see those red flags. And at 8 years old, I didn't know. I didn't understand why he used to look at me and just stare at me all the time. Having our little family gathers, and I could be sitting somewhere, and he could be just looking, and I'm just like, my cousin, he from out of town, good to see him, whatever, whatever. But hey, Double Speaks, good to see you. And I was traumatized from this. We're talking about forgiveness. How do we let go of grudges and bitterness? That's what we're talking about. The word of the day is forgiveness. And I was sharing about when I was raped at 8 years old, how it affected me as a child into adulthood. And that's why I'm the way I am about my grandkids. I'm that way about my children. When they was coming up, I did not believe them spending the night with nobody, because it happened to me spending the night with relatives. And a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand why people don't be wanting their children to stay at people's houses. That's one of the reasons. And my daughter, if she can come in my chat now, she could tell you, she probably felt like I was too protective of her brother, but I went through this, and I said I would not let my children go through the pain I went through as a child. And like I said, I'm 55 years old. That is something that will always be in me. When people be saying, when was your first time? Or, people might say, when was the first time you had sex? Only thing I can tell people, my virginity was taken. When they said, was you a virgin when you got married, or was that your first time? I don't even call that what happened to me sex. It was rape. It was abuse, but it was taken from me. You know what I'm saying? But I had to learn as I got older that everybody's not going to be that way. I was so hurt and so feeling a certain way after I went back to school. I saw how the children was looking at me because they knew what had happened to me. But I know they was kids too. But I always have said I would not date nobody. I won't get married. I said all those things. I said all those things because I had to learn that everybody's not going to treat you that way. I'm reading what y'all said in the chat. Good to see you, Double Speak. Y'all can drop each other a link. Six Bowls say it's so hard to protect my girls. I'm glad you got the help you need. Yes, I did. And one thing, Six Bowls, prayer. Prayer was a big part. But my dad, y'all know how I am about my dad. My dad wanted to kill that joker. And I'm telling y'all, I always often wondered, what would I do if I saw him? He did his time, and I didn't see him for a long time until I got to be an adult. I had to, when I found out he was coming to town to visit, like he did when he did that to me, he was just visiting. When I found out he was coming to town when I got older, you think I was excited to see him? No. I was still hurt. But I had to, and I said, if he look at cause when he came back to town, my daughter was like probably she was young. And I swore, if he had looked at my daughter in a way, I said I was going to kill him, y'all. I had said I would kill him if he had looked at my daughter the way he did me. I had so much bitterness inside of me. I had so much hatred toward this man because he took my innocence. And I swore if he had looked at my daughter in that way or any kind of way, I would have, y'all. I would have killed him. But I had to forgive him. I really did. I had to forgive him. He came to my mama's house. Cause he, like I said, my mama his aunt. And, he was acting like he hadn't did this to me. I was mad because my mom and them let him came to the house. Even though those years and years had passed, but I still felt the same way. I still felt the same way. But I had to come to terms with everything. I had to forgive him. I found out he had cancer. I found out the guy that raped me died. He died with cancer. Like I say, I don't wish nothing on no one, but things can turn back on you. Things can turn back on you in a way that you won't even expect. He did something to me that I never, even at 55 years old, yes, I forgave him. I never told him I forgave him, but I did. When I found out he had cancer, I said, Lord, I forgive him. They said he suffered with the cancer and everything. But I forgave him, y'all. I forgave him, but I had so much bitterness inside of me. And that's why I'm the way I am today. Hey everybody, welcome in. I'm talking about forgiveness, letting go, grudges, and bitterness. I was just talking about the way I had to forgive my cousin for raping me. You know, I found myself when I found out he had cancer. I'm talking the way I talk now. When I know that people are going through stuff, I pray for him. Even though he did that to me, but I had to forgive him in order for me to have peace. And that's what a lot of people have to do in order to have peace, in order to be able to keep going on with your life. You have to forgive. You have to forgive. Frank said my grandmama told me he was abusing my mother when I was a child. Wow. And I know that was hard, Frank. But did you, okay, even though you knew your dad had did those things, right? As an adult, was you able to forgive him? I know you probably didn't tell him, but did you find peace with it? Did you find peace forgiving him for what he did to your mom, even though that was wrong? Any type of abuse is wrong. Rape, any type of abuse, any type of things like that, you get traumatized. And my daughter now, they never understand. They know now, as they got older, they understood why I was protected of them. I never wanted my kid to spend the night with no one. Because I had trust issues, y'all. And then as my daughter got older and she started having children, she like, Mama, maybe you being a little bit too protected now. Things ain't like they used to be. I said, yes, they is. I told my daughter, yes, it is. People are still like that. But, I wanted my daughter to, I wanted my grandkids and children to have a good childhood. I wanted them to have sleepovers and different things like that. But things like that still going on. You can't trust nobody. I have trust issues because of what happened to me. But I don't have no grudges. I still forgave him. I forgave him to God. I didn't tell him, but I did forgive him. But that situation changed my life mentally and physically. And when you be raped, abused, You know, and then you try to decide to go on with your life, like get married or be with someone. You have to let your mate know what's going on. I told my husband before I got married, we was dating. I told him what had happened to me. You know, I wanted him to understand what had happened to me as a child. Cause things like that affect people when it come down to relationships. If you've been abused or you've been raped, something like that, that does affect you when you try to have a relationship or you try to get married. It's good to tell your mate about your past, and then some people don't like to tell others what they have experienced. So I did tell my husband because I knew he was gonna be the one. You know, it was serious. We got married. We still married. So he just said he wished he had been around. You know, he would have did just like my dad. My dad wanted to shoot my cousin. And my grandmama now, like, everybody wanted to get him because he took my innocence. And then after, my auntie now didn't believe me until they saw all the results from the hospital showing where he had entered me and, told me as a little child, an 8-year-old, you know what an 8-year-old looked like down there. He told me a little bit. He messed me up. I'm just going to say. But I'm just so glad that mentally I start talking to people about it. My mom, but that one thing my mom, and I love her today. I love my mom. Always love her for always being there. She was saying he could have messed with me. He didn't have to mess with you. All them women was in that house. All those women he been around. But he had to mess with me. And my mom, she didn't like it. She was mad. But I had to go deal with it. I talked to people. I got stronger. But even though I'm 55 years old, it's still, whenever I hear about people going through things like that, it triggers me. It triggers me mentally, but I ask God to continue to make me stronger. It's something that gonna always be with me for the rest of my life. That's why I try to talk to my grandkids. I tell them about things when they go into people's houses. Let us know. Cause it was up to me, they wouldn't stay with nobody. That's why I tell my daughter, if it was up to me, them kids wouldn't spend the night with nobody. And my daughter be like, Mama, you can't be like that. It ain't like that now. I said, okay, T. But yeah, but do y'all think I was wrong? I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Do y'all think I was wrong for being that way about my children? I don't think I was wrong. I wanted them to understand why I was protecting them. You know? My daughter got children. I want her to be able to, let her children be children, but get to understand and talk to them and let them know, look, if someone doing something without your permission, that's what we call abuse and everything. Talk to somebody about it. So I'm reading y'all comments. Frank said, yes, I forgive him, but I know now why she didn't really want to talk about him. Every time I asked her about it. Yeah, it was probably, a lot of people can't talk about that, Frank. But I'm glad that as you got older, and I know you knew what your dad did to your mom, but you found a way to forgive him, and that's good. Six Bowles said, I don't like my kids going anywhere, and I have valid reason. I can barely sleep even when they with my mom. And I understand, Six Bowles, and you got girls, and Lord knows, I'm sure, I only had one daughter, and that be even before my son came along. I was still protected over him, because boys get abused too. So when we talk about forgiveness, y'all, we're not just talking about forgiveness for someone. We're talking about forgiveness for ourselves. Uh, I don't have animosity. I'm just gonna say this on now, and I hope people in the bushes or whoever who listening to me, I don't have any animosity against no one on YouTube. I don't have a problem with no one. I don't dislike no one. Some of us go our separate ways for reasons they want to or whatever. But I don't have grudges against no one, and I'm not bitter about nothing. I don't I don't want to lose sleep about social media. Now, if it's somebody in real life, like, I'm just gonna say, I can have a friend that we've been friends for years. I mean, we've been friends for years. We've been best friends for years, and sometimes we talk to each other, sometimes we don't. But we respect each other because sometimes you have to have that me time. Like right now, we lost our cousin, but my best friend, the lady what died was gonna be her sister-in-law because she was engaged to her brother. And I called her the other day. I'm giving her space. I'm giving her time to, you know, because she was really my cousin-in-law. But I'm giving her time to grieve, and cause that was her fiance's sister. And I know that's why I reached out to her and I told her, I said, I'm here for you if you need to talk. And I told her I love her. You know, things like that. Forgiveness is not hard. I mean, that's for your own peace. That's for your own peace of mind. Frank said, I forgive her, but I can't forget. That's right. And that's how it is, y'all. It's that we can't forgive. We can forgive, but we can't forget. And ain't nothing wrong with that. So I just wanted to talk about today because a lot of people, I don't know why, they can't move on. Some people just don't want to forgive people. But that's beyond them. That's something that you'll have to live with. You know what I'm saying? Uh, like I said, we learn things as we go. But Frank, I'm glad that you did forgive your dad in 6 bowls. I understand. Hey, big boy, how you doing? I understand what you say about your girls, and we protect all our boys too, but those girls, woo, we be real protective over them. Real protective. Today we're talking about forgiveness. And how do y'all feel about forgiving people that has did things to you, and you forgive them and move on? And see, that's what a lot of people can't do. They can't forgive because they don't want to move on. They rather just keep holding on to the past. You know what I'm saying? But it's not good. It's not healthy. It's not healthy to hold these things. Hold on. What God says about forgiveness. And so, like I said, I'm just telling y'all about when my cousin did that to me. I had to forgive him. I had to forgive him. That was for my own peace. That was for my own peace of mind. That was for my own peace of mind. And sometimes it takes a lot of people a long time to forgive. And what do God say about forgiveness, everybody? What do God tell us about forgiveness? What do He say about forgiveness? He wants us to forgive. God wants us to forgive. It's not healthy walking around here having grudges. People hold on to grudges for years and years and years. And how do you deal with those kind of things? At some particular time in your life, you'll have to say, I forgive and I will move on. You have to forgive and move on. That's for your own beneficial. So that's what I want to talk about today. Uh, I thank Frank and Six Bowls. I like the feedback. Uh, what y'all are saying. I want to read this right here to y'all. God word bring encouragement, comfort, and hope. To understand God's will for our lives, we can look to His word, which contain all things that pertain up to life godliness. We do not need to use our imagination, speculate, or wonder what God say. We do not rely on our emotions, opinions, or personal revelations. Rather, we turn to the scriptures and to what God says about us, both apart from Christ and in Christ. God wants us to forgive each other. He wants us to forgive each other because He have forgave us. God has forgave us. So that's why He wants us to forgive. Forgiveness is a choice we make, motivated by obedience to God's command. We are instructed to forgive as the Lord forgave us. Forgiveness, when we receive from God, is tied to our forgiving others. God is faithful in His promise of forgiveness to our children. So that's what we're talking about today. Like I said, hey y'all, good to see everyone. Hey Tamika, hey Bud Files, hey Big Boy. How's everybody doing today? We're talking about forgiveness. That's what the word of the day is. And, do it for you. Do it for your mental health. Forgive people. If you, like I said, you can forgive people and just go on about your business. I know people have been holding grudges for years. But is that a good thing? That's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to hold grudges. I remember working it was back in now let me see 90s. You know how you be on jobs? Well, then it happened to my last job. You often wonder why people try to pick at you or try to do things to hurt your feelings. And you be like, why a person don't like me? You be like, what did I ever do to them? But if you never did anything to nobody, you don't have to ask for forgiveness. Only thing you just want to have is a peace of mind and just go on, just keep living. I know me and my supervisor, I think I shared this before. It was on my last job when I first got sick and left. It just seemed like everything I did on my job, my supervisor would have something to say, or it just felt like what I was doing wasn't good enough. I even got to spinning off the job because she said that I said something about I cursed or something like that. On the job I was on, they didn't want you to chew gum and stuff like that. She said I was chewing gum, and I told her I didn't have no gum. And one of the workers went back and told her what I said, because I did say something. I forgot exactly what I said. But it wasn't that bad. But they suspended me because she said I disrespected her. But we went through that little time and everything. I came back to work. I got my job. Went back and did what I do. Because when I was working, I would always do my job. But people always, how people are. They always find issues. But one thing I can say, I forgave her. I forgave her. I'm easy to forgive, but it's a lot, like Frank said, you can't forget. And after I got sick, because when I got sick on my job, I had passed out down there. So they had to take me off the floor because I was working on a production floor, right? I don't know who that was, but do not come back in my chat. So I look like I just rolled out of bed. Who told you to come over here and watch me? Okay? Don't come in my chat with that. I don't know you. You don't know me. But anyway, forgiveness is a powerful word. Okay, six ball. And I don't blame you. Take care of those girls, and I think you're doing an awesome job. I think you're doing an awesome job. You are a good mother. Somebody said I look like I just rolled out of bed. Really? I might do look tired, but I don't look like I just rolled out of bed. So troll, don't come back in my chat. Let me see, did I hide you? Let me see, can I hide you? I don't do that stuff. So don't come back in my chat. But I mean it. But anyway, getting back, see stuff like that. It is some ignorant people that come in your chat. You try to give them respect and everything, but they still gonna be who they are. But like I said, forgiveness is something that'll make you feel better. It ain't for that person. You haven't did anything to nobody, but you forgive. Whether you tell them in their face that you forgive them, just say it. I forgive. I'm all about forgiveness because I like to have a peace of mind. I don't like to hold grudges against nobody. But you know, if you find yourself not being in the company of others, you have your reason not to be in the company of others. But that don't mean you have a grudge. It's just that you have to move on. Sometimes it just for you to move on. Like I see a lot of people hold grudges that been on stuff that should have been buried a long time ago. Should have been buried a long time ago. But I want to thank everybody for coming in the chat. And just remember, if you believe in forgiving someone, forgive them. If you don't think they would accept your apology or anything like that, at least do it for you. I have said a million times, if I did anything to someone, I apologize. I'm human. We all make mistakes. I don't mind asking for forgiveness because I like to go to bed peaceful. I don't like to carry nothing. I don't like to go to bed with nothing on my mind that happened throughout the day. I like to rest in peace. It's good to want to go to bed with a clear mind. So forgiveness, ain't nothing wrong with forgiveness. That's what God wants us to do. He wants us to forgive each other. He don't want you to go on day by day um, having grudges and especially by unnecessary things. You know what I'm saying? Life is short. Life is short. I thank God for His grace and mercy for waking me up this morning. The troll say I look like I just got out of bed. Do I really? I rest good last night. I feel pretty good. And I just want to thank everybody because I try to just do an hour when I do my live stream. A lesson and conversation be good. But I enjoyed the feedback from Frank and Sixfold. Tamika, it's good to see you. How you feel about forgiveness? Who else in the chat? Uh, Blood vows, double speaks. So that's what I was wanting to talk about today, everybody. Forgiveness. It ain't nothing wrong with it. Forgiving. But I know I can understand when people can't forgive, especially when they went through a dramatic experience. Like I said, what happened to me, I forgave, but it'll gonna always be in my mind. That's something that I would have to live with the rest of my life. But I've moved on. It happened when I was 8 years old, and I have shared a million times on my channel. That's why I am the way I am. That's why I try to use my channel for awareness when they talk about abuse and bullying and different things like that, because those things are going on in life. Those things are going on daily. Where, like the little girl that reached out to me, I haven't seen her and I haven't heard from her in a couple of days, since the other day. So I'm assuming that everything is well, and I hope she's listening. With the things that are going on in her family, I know she's saying her brothers um, bully her, other people bullying her, and I told her to pray for them, forgive them, because some people know not what they do. That's what God wants us to do, to forgive. He didn't say it ain't for us to forget, but just do something to move forward. That's why I always say I'm moving forward over here. I thank God for the people that does support me. I hope that the things that I talk about over here, I hope they be helpful. Um, I'm a vlogger. I do share different things, but anything that I share, I hope that it lifts someone's up. You know, some of us have been through some dramatic things, and it's hard to forgive a person. It really is. I've been traumatized. I deal with anxiety, but I have I have to pray and tell God daily for continuing to make me stronger on this wellness journey, because I'm on my own wellness journey. I ask and pray Him to make me stronger daily. But yes, I've been traumatized through a lot of things, but I have got stronger, and I can sit here and say I have forgave, and forgiving people and forgiving situations for my own peace. I forgave, I forgive, and I go on with my life. I don't I don't dwell on I don't try to this me. If someone have a problem with me, if I have a altercation with someone, we'll deal with it. I don't try to go on weeks and years with the same stuff, because it ain't worth it. It ain't worth your time, actually. And I always have said, if a relationship or a friendship is worth fighting for or saving, you can reach out to people. You can talk about it if it's worth saving. If you've been in a marriage for a long time, like we was talking about that movie last night, Divorce in Black. If you've been married for a long time, and You doing all you can in this marriage to make it work, but then your partner is not doing his part. What do you supposed to do? What do you supposed to do? You're doing your part. You try your best to make this marriage work, but this just what they don't want. I would just move on. But you know when you've been with somebody, like for instance, me and my husband been together 35 years. Been married, going to be married 33. If it had came to the point where we had to get a divorce, just saying for example, if we had to get a divorce, it wouldn't be easy to just think, get a divorce and think it's going to be just easy mentally. I think about all the years. I think about all the things we build. I think about what we did for each other. No, it ain't gonna be easy to just move on. You know, but sometimes you just have to forgive and keep it going. I'm just checking out my lives. I'm trying to see. So I know Six Bows did something earlier today. Frank, I don't know if he did something, but I did watch his video last night. That was a good message when he was shared. Like I said, we got the summer giveaway coming up soon. That'll be the 31st. If you want to enter the giveaway, you can just watch 10 videos on the Word of the Day playlist and write the word done on the 10th video. Tomorrow, I've been putting out inspirational quotes. I'll be doing that all week. I hope y'all watch some of those videos. And of course, we know Kamala Harris is running for president, and I think she's gonna get my vote. People gonna have their opinion about it, but that's what you're able to do. Vote for what you believe in. I'm not here to knock no one, but vote for who you believe in. So I think she will get my vote because I wasn't sure if I was gonna vote or not this year, but um, I'm gonna see how things work out for her. She seemed like she got a lot of support behind her, so that'll be good. So this week, I'm not sure. I might do a testimony Tuesday, tomorrow. All depending on. So I'm supposed to be going to visit my grandkids. I'll be with them a couple of days, and but I will be doing some on this channel. I just think I got a couple of things set up that I want to do. I do want to appreciate the ones that came in. Frank, Six Bowls, thank y'all for your feedback. I appreciate y'all so much. And Bud Files and Tamika, thank y'all for coming in. I hope y'all is having a good day. The weather today is 84. Look like it looked cloudy out there. It looked cloudy out there. Yes, it do look cloudy, but like I always say, drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated. I'm about to wrap this up, but the word of the day was forgiveness. It is all up to you. The word of the day was forgiveness. Hello. It is all up to the word of the day was. It's up to you whether you want to forgive someone that has abused you or has traumatized you, or you feel like someone has hurt your feelings or anything in that order. Just examples. Uh, I'm finna give y'all some flowers for coming in today. I does appreciate the ones that still support me. Like I said, I know we are all YouTube creators, and I do respect people that does have their channels, because I know sometimes we be on about the same time, or sometimes we be doing things, and I respect that because If you're a YouTube creator, sometimes you don't have no time or whatever. You might just want popping up or whatever. But I just think the ones that does take out their time that day to come over and chill with me, I normally do the same stuff every day, long as I'm feeling up to it. I had said I was going to continue to do live streams, still working toward my work hours, my watch hours. They're moving slow, but they are moving. I mostly probably going to do panels on Friday. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about. I might talk about Kamala Harris. I might talk about her. Just see what her life about and stuff like that, and just seeing what kind of person I think she is. But yeah, I'm gonna have a good topic. People can come in and talk about it if they would like to. But let me see. I'm trying to put some down here. Y'all don't forget to check out my quotes that I've been sharing. I'll be sharing them all week. It's just for inspiration. Just for inspiration. Uh, I'm gonna try to work on night box tomorrow. Trying to get these link dropped. See what they're gonna do. I'm trying to get it right reprogrammed. Shout out to Miss Key and Miss Patty for being members during my Patreon. I bring my Patreon. I share the Patreon and YouTube. That is together right now until I get my partnership. Okay. No, it didn't work, so I gotta work on it a little bit more. Gotta work on it a little bit more. Yep. So that was the word of today, y'all. Forgiveness. And you forgive people for you. You forgive people for you. That is the word of the day. Do it for your own well-being, for your own peace of mind. Even though things could have been happened years ago. Things could have been happened years ago. But things could have been happened years ago, but it's good that you have made peace with it. It's good to make peace with your past. It's good to forgive. Whether the person accept the forgiveness, just do it for you. Let's try to type something real quick. Then I'm fixing to leave because I'm getting ready to probably go. I'm going up to my daughter's house, so I'll be going out of town for a couple of days. Hey Terry, good to see you. How do you feel about forgiveness? How do you feel about forgiveness? Have you ever been, before I get ready to go, and thank you uh, for sharing things. That is the word of the day, is forgiveness. So what is your perspective on forgiveness? What is your perspective about forgiveness? I have already read that God wants us to forgive because He has forgave us. Sometimes some people just say we're gonna forgive, but you can't forget, and that's true. You can't forget, but you can forgive. Yeah. We're reading what you said, Terry. The great Lord Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit forgive Jonah for disobeying him. That's true. And not giving to the city of Nineveh and crying out against the city of Jonah. That is so true. And his disciples. You remember when his disciples, Terry, you know how he was gathering his disciples, right? It was like Judas and all of them. He forgave them. Judas. That's why they always say Judas was the one who turned against God, right? But he forgave all. He and Peter, you know, I guess he didn't think that Peter would betray him, but God forgave all of them. He forgave all of those ones that turned against him during that time. He forgave everybody. He stood on that cross for all of us, for the ones that didn't believe, the ones that didn't have faith. He stood out there on that cross and he got beaten, he got bruised, he got rocks thrown at him, he got everything. He got whipped. He did all those things for us. But he forgave people. He forgave all of them. He sacrificed his life for us. That's why we should give him all the glory. We should give him all the glory. We must remember, okay, I read that part. Allowing the space in the Holy Bible. Okay, but Judas, Peter, all of them betrayed him. You know, he gathered them. He was teaching them, but they chose not to follow him. They were listening to the devil. So, um, for your own good, for your own good, if you feel like you need to forgive someone, forgive them. Whether they forgive you back, that'll be on them. You know, like I said, I don't have animosity. I don't dislike no one. I don't have a problem with no one. Never did, never will on YouTube or in real life. In real life, I never, I think I got maybe one close friend. Other than that, you know, me and her went to school together. We've been best friends since high school. You know, I mostly have associates, but I mostly deal with my family. If I ain't with my mom or my children, my dad, my brothers, I just, that's just how I am. You know, I have a few associates. I do some things, but I'm basically with my family because that's what I choose to be. But before I went through the things I went through, before my life was changed, because my life did change in 2016, mentally, spiritually, physically, and financially. I choose to change my life because of my own things that I went through personally. And the things that I used to do, I don't do now. I mean, I had to find peace. I had to find my own way of living and dealing with things of my own, you know? And that's the thing, y'all, finding peace. And I did. You know, I was sick, went through a lot of things, went through things financially and spiritually. How I say I changed spiritually, God changed my life. And I started giving everything to Him. I started getting another perspective of what life means to me. And, you know, and I'm here today to say God is good. He's real, you know, but you got to believe. And you got to be the witness some of the things that He have done for your life in order for you to be able to share things. That's why if I'm talking about something, I'm mostly talking about my own real life journey. I still have some struggles. I'm still got some battles, but I'm still here. I have to give him all the glory. Terry said, please read the Holy Bible book of Isaiah chapter 25. These some scriptures he's just telling people to read. Him on the cross, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. That's right. He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And that's what I'm talking about today, y'all. A lot of people, it ain't like you try to tell people what to do or try to guide people to do things. And it's good to be able to talk to people and y'all be able to get together on things. It ain't like you trying to be a boss or I like collaborating with others. I like sharing things. That's why when me and Miss Kibi doing those challenges, we try to do things to help others, whether people want to join or not. This is it's something we start doing, and we have had feedback where people say they like the challenges, and there's some people that do their own thing. It ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So those challenges will start back up August the 10th, I think she said. 10th or 12th. Yeah. That's right, Terry. When he go down that cross, he knew. He knew someone didn't know what they was doing. He knew. God knew what he had taught people. He knew that he was teaching those disciples. He was telling them the right thing. But that devil. Hey, Jack, how you doing, girl? I see you doing your thing over there. Keep on doing what you're doing. You're growing. I think you're doing good. I saw your video the other day. That's good. You coming along real good on your channel. That's good. I was just talking about forgiveness. You know, forgiveness can go both ways. And I was just asking in the chat, how do y'all feel about forgiveness? That is the word of the day, forgiveness. When we forgive people, we forgive for our own selves, for our own peace of mind. I don't like to hold grudges. I don't like to. The one thing I don't like to be upset. I don't like to argue with people. I don't like to give them a reason to want to argue with me. I just it's just me. I just don't. I just don't. But I defend myself if I have to. But if it's not worth me talking about, I don't do it. But I do ask God for forgiveness. I ask them to forgive me for anybody that if they felt like I have did wrong, because life is too short. I'm basically trying to focus on my health. I'm focusing on this channel, and you might go to the gym. That's great. That's good. That is so good. Just keep going. Just do what you can do. I know you said you got some issues with your health and stuff, and dealing with these aching knees and stuff. Me and I know I just do what I can do, but I thank God daily for giving me this grace and mercy. And I just brought to today. I just wanted y'all to know I was talking about forgiveness, and forgiveness is for your own personal self. These comments were from my last on sermon forgiveness given in the fifth Sunday June uh, at Bethel. Oh, okay. So you did a sermon about forgiveness. Don't you feel? I'm just gonna say this. I don't know about how other people feel, but I don't like to be. I like to have peace. I rather if you don't want to deal with me, it's up to you. But I'd rather just do what I gotta do, go on about my business. This just me. But I'm about to get off. I just wanted to share That about forgiveness. I'm making me some green tea. I got me some green tea. I'm gonna be drinking on that, and I'm gonna put some lemon in it. I'm gonna be sharing that. Probably do a video or live on that. But that's good, Jet, that you going to the gym. That's good. You working on your wellness, your fitness. That's good. Shout out to everybody that is doing something for themselves. Hi, Tamika. How you feel about forgiveness? What do you feel about forgiveness? Do you think that people should forgive others for themselves, for their peace of mind, just to know that, 'cause God wants us to forgive people because He forgave us. Y'all know God stood on that cross and He looked out, and I'm sure that He was able to look out across the world and saw all the people that betrayed Him. He saw how, He gathered those 12 disciples together and, He preached to them. He taught them the word. He was telling them to do right by things and how the world should be. But there was still some that didn't want to follow Him. There was still some wanted to do what they wanted to do. But He forgave. He seen how the world, and right now today, some of the same things God was saying in the Bible about how the world gonna be. We seeing it today, y'all. We're living in that what God had tried to teach us. We're living it in the world today. He don't want brothers to be against each other. He don't want sisters and sisters to be. He don't want family to be against each other. He want us to love, but in the Bible they was saying people were gonna turn against each other. Brothers and sisters gonna turn against each other. Mothers and daughters and all those things that God have said in the Bible. We see it every day, but it's up to you to want to forgive and move on. I love my peace. I love having a clear mind. I love I love being able to where I'm thinking clear. I don't want to be going to bed thinking I done did something or hurt someone's feelings or anything like that because I don't be wanting my feelings hurt. Shelley said, I forgive everybody hurt me, but I pray good. I pray, yes. And that's all we can do. Tamika said, yes, people should be forgiven even if they did do it on purpose. That's right. We all fall short of glory. No one perfect. You know? And that's what I was trying to get out the message today. That forgiveness is good. Forgiveness is good. Sometimes, like God said, sometimes people just don't know what they do. But forgiveness is for you. I love having a peaceful mind. I mean, I don't argue with people. I don't, you know, I try not to. I try to do the right thing by people. Some people might feel a certain way about me, but I ask for forgiveness. If I done did anything to anybody on YouTube or off the book, or you know, if you choose to, I choose to keep moving forward. I think we all have a purpose here on this earth, cause we still here. I go through what I go through. I have my challenges. I have my aches and pain, but I still thank God daily that whatever I couldn't do right the day before, I try to get right when a new day comes. So I ask God for forgiveness. Like I said, when my cousin did that to me, I was bitter. I was angry. I was wondering why. Why me? Why you had to come in my room? Why you had to come take my virginity? Why you had to come take my innocence at 8 years old? But I know, like God said, people don't know what they don't know what they do. They He was very sick, and I forgave him. I forgave him. I really did. But that is a scar. Like I was talking about in one of my videos, I have those scars that I know that I have been through in life. And when I look in the mirror, I know I have a purpose. I live with scars. My, when I had cancer, I got a scar up here that remind me daily that I have a purpose. And I don't try to take nothing for granted, y'all. Nothing for granted. Nothing at all. But I have enjoyed everybody. I'm getting ready to waiting on my daughter. I'm gonna go be with my grandkids a couple of days. I'm gonna finish taking my medication. Since I've been on this new medicine, I have been resting. I have to wear this big brace on my leg now because I does have fluid on it. You know, I got fibromyalgia, and I will continue to keep putting out the word. I will continue to keep spreading the positivity. Um, I enjoy y'all. I enjoyed everybody that came in today. Let's continue to support everyone, and just let's learn how to work together, deal with each other, and move on. If you forgive someone, if you don't forgive no one, at least have peace within yourself. And I have peace within myself. I don't have no grudges. I don't have grudges. I don't keep grudges. You know, I just see a lot of YouTube channels how some be at each other. Don't none of us know each other. Don't none of us on YouTube know each other. This is entertainment. This is entertainment. Hey, Gent, how are you? I was talking about forgiveness. That's what I was talking about. The word of the day is forgiveness. If you, I'm gonna announce this again. I will be doing a summer giveaway next. It'll be on the 31st. To enter the giveaway, watch the word of the day playlist. Watch 10 videos. That 10th video, put the word done. I already to put the names down of the ones that I have already entered. If you have watched that playlist, put on there done on the 10th video. And that's how I know who's going to be in the drawing. Well, forgiveness is lovely, good for you. So, do you believe in forgiveness? You know, that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to forgive each other. He wants us to forgive because that's that's what He did. That's what God did. He forgave the world. God gave His only begotten Son. It is lovely. It's something for you. It ain't like, even though if another person don't accept apologies or forgive anything you have done, at least do your part. At least have that off your heart. That's why I said I love everybody. I mean, everybody probably don't deal with me, but I does love everybody. My channel might not be for everybody, or people have their choices of where they want to go. But I do thank God for the ones that does come over and give me a thumbs up. I does appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all just make sure y'all support each other, love each other. And if it take forgiveness for you to move on, do that. But like Frank and Six Bowl was saying, sometimes you can forgive, but you just can't forget. And you're entitled to that. But at least you men did your part. Um, I want to thank everybody for coming over. Jim, I think you are new. Thank you for coming in the chat. Um, yeah, that's what we got going on. Tomorrow is Testimony Tuesday. I probably pop up later that day. You know, right now I'm doing a lot of streaming, trying to rebuild my watch hours. Yes. When you get to the 10th video, put done. Thank you, Tamika, for giving out those flowers. Let me give y'all some. I don't know. Today been a good day. I woke up feeling pretty good. Dealing with this old knee. I think I'm gonna have to go get this fluid off of it. But I'm just gonna continue to do the treatments and stuff. But I feel pretty good. I was well rested. I had a good weekend. I rest in between. Mostly rest good at night, but I wake up that morning, my leg It's swollen and still aching. My daughter was talking yesterday. She was like, they probably gonna end up draining it out. That's why I can't really do that much exercise, cause this knee here, it's not gonna let me do too much. But I still try to keep it moving. Try to keep it moving. But thank you, Terry, for that. I want to thank everybody for coming over. Y'all make sure y'all connect with everyone. Let's continue to support everyone. Thank y'all for supporting me. Y'all continue to stay blessed, stay encouraged, and I always stay what? Prayed up. Bye bye.